with reforms to the education system, with several changes already taking effect in the 2025-2026 academic year. According to Chief Education Officer Dr. Jeffrey Blaise, the adjustments were introduced following broad consultations and feedback from stakeholders across the sector. The measures implemented include a revision to the national textbook scheme, the introduction of a civics component to the curriculum, and improvements to school timetabling. This follows a policy directive from Prime Minister Roosevelt Scarrett earlier this year for a phased and a practical approach to education reform.
We met with our principals and a decision was taken to align the timetable such that the morning sessions would, that's the pre-lunch session, would focus on the core areas, the five core areas, that is mathematics, language, social studies, science, and HFLE. Whereas the afternoon or post-lunch period would focus, that is in public primary schools predominantly, would focus on the softer skills, ranging from ICT, physical education, agriculture, modern foreign languages, and even local language to a certain extent. Local language meaning Kokoi, Creole, and Kalnago language, because we want to give our students that sort of exposure. Also, the development of school clubs, because we felt that that was an important element for student socialization. Bearing in mind, many parents indicated the challenges at schools with bullying and the like, as well as visual performing arts. Civics education is an important element for us, and we have developed the module for civics. In the last few weeks, we work on the scope and sequence for our civics module, and we are going to be sensitizing our teachers in the next 2 days, actually on Monday, at a workshop on delivering the civics curriculum.
That's Government in 5 for this week. Thank you for listening.
Tune in every morning for The Hot Seat on Q95. The latest happening event, breaking stories, and behind-the-scenes in-depth investigative reports. Stay on for more fair and balanced talk on The Hot Seat on Q95. The big station.
All roads lead to Marigot for the second annual Crayon Cooler Fest. Dress code all white. November 3rd, 2025. It's all going down in the Last Flight Bar and Grill from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. with entertainment from Dominican's Best. The second annual Crayon Cooler Fest Wild Meat Edition. November 3rd, 2025. Last Flight Bar and Grill in Marigot comes alive. Book that date. Get your all white outfits ready and see you there.
Match 5. Born in Dominica, made for Dominica. A jackpot game just for you. Match 5 for the people, by the people. Keshoy put tout Dominicain. The wait is over, Dominica. Match 5 is here to bring the excitement home. And so way. Who is ready for the lucky win? Jackpot starts at $10,000. Presented by the Dominica National Lottery.
During the hurricane season, if you are evacuating, leave early so that you are not stranded by flooded roads, fallen trees, wires, and traffic jams, and make sure you have enough fuel in your vehicle and follow routes and highways. A message from Q95 FM Radio.
Yummy.
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 Looking for something sweet, chewy, delicious, or even crunchy? We've got you covered. Mars and Wrigley's products are the perfect pick for all your sweet tooth cravings. Available in M&M's, Twix, Milky Way, Snickers, Skittles, and even gummies. So next time your cravings are at an all-time high, choose Mars and Wrigley's.
Available at Fine Foods Inc. distribution or your favorite supermarket island-wide.
Ride the storms. Ride the storms. Q95.
September 13 is World Sepsis Day. Join Kyrie FM's special outreach on sepsis in partnership with Nurse Marlene Lambert and All Saints University School of Medicine. Saturday, September 13, 9 a.m. Learn about sepsis, infection, and prevention, and win prizes and surprises. Saturday, September 13, World Sepsis Day, 9 a.m. at All Saints University School of Medicine. Entertainment provided by Selector Urban.
Introducing the new Caribbean paint from Do It Center. Durant paint and wall covering from Do It Best quality paint, giving you the same great interior and exterior quality, the same color matching technology, at an incredible price. Available in black, satin, and semi-gloss. Visit us on Google Road or call our paint department at 255-6896. Do It Center, your partner in home improvements.
Where do we start this morning? There's so many things to report on. A very, very busy weekend. A very, very busy weekend. A magnitude 5.3 earthquake shakes northeastern Caribbean. That was reported there earlier. Residents across parts of the Eastern Caribbean were jolted awake before dawn on Monday after a magnitude 5.0 earthquake, 5.0 earthquake struck offshore. The University of the West Indies Seismic Research Center, UWI, reported that the tremor occurred at about 5:16 a.m. local time at a depth of 24 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface. The quake's epicenter was located near latitude 16.77 north and longitude 61.29 west. Placed it about 64 kilometers northeast of Pointe-à-Pitre, Guadeloupe. and 72 kilometers southeast of St. John's, Antigua. Some of you may have felt it. Especially in the northern parts of the island. We also heard some sad news on the weekend there. When an 18-year-old Sean Kadim John, a Dominican national and student of the high school in St. Kitts, was shot and killed at the college housing area in St. Kitts Nevis. Police in St. Kitts confirmed that the fatal shooting, an official statement issued on Sunday morning, noting that investigators have since launched a full probe into the incident. His family is from Gota village in Roseau, Dominica. His mother reportedly came from work to find him in a pool of blood. Reports are that he received a single bullet to his head. Another young man gone. Yesterday afternoon, I paid a visit to the family of this young 18-year-old. I spoke to his grandmother about this tragic incident that took place on the weekend. I know. Okay. Mother of the child, the grandmother of the child who was shot in St. Kitts last night. Jesse, I know you're broken at this time. You're very emotional. When did you get that news?
Last night about after 11.
After 11?
Yeah.
What did they tell you?
My son called me and told me Kadisha called him and tell him call him. So he's driving fast to go and check her.
Uh-huh.
And after Kadisha called and said, Mommy, call him. Somebody can call him.
And that's all she told you? And you broke down? Not the kind of news you were expecting, huh?
No, because he's not a bad child. He's not a street boy. He's well taken care of, well respected, very nice child.
And that's not the kind of news you were expecting last night?
Not him.
What is your daughter telling you now?
Well, she's saying like they do the investigations, but they went to the last person that came at the home last Saturday, his friend.
Okay.
They went to question him.
So once you saw the body on the bed, how did she react?
She started to scream because she wasn't expecting that because she must have a good son.
I know I got a report from St. Kitts that he's a well-behaved child.
Well-being.
Only 18 years old.
Just got 18. Just got his visa. His mother is like her son, her nephew, her husband, all in one. Taking good care of him.
Now the mother must be broken at this time.
Very.
You might have to fly up and give us some strength.
Yeah. Only she and my son.
How many children you have?
3.
3. Every week, huh? Every week.
I also spoke briefly to the great grandmother of that young man who describes the boy. The very, very nice person. Not a troublemaker, she said. Not a troublemaker. When you heard the news?
But when I didn't go to church, but I'm shocked. I said that boy was so quiet, and they said he wasn't going anywhere.
No, they tell me he was a very well behaved child.
Behaved child. Because when he was there, you see him on the road, you always have something inside there. And that's the only one child, the woman, the killing child. Man, the one that killed him have to die too. God just forgiveness.
More shootings every day. Some mother is left alone. Also, following the story there in New York, where a savage gunman chased a 21-year-old family from Dominica, a father from Dominica, La Pointe, Point Michel, and the family is also mourning as well. Let's share that story.
The family in our city's heart was shattered when their 21-year-old daughter was killed. Friends, neighbors, and loved ones are reeling. Her mother said it best: "A piece of me is gone." Here's what we know so far. The young woman was shot and killed under circumstances still under investigation. The incident happened in the evening in a neighborhood considered relatively quiet. Authorities say they responded quickly after being called to the scene, but tragically, help came too late for the victim. Her mother, in her public statements, described her as vibrant, full of dreams, close with family, ambitious. She was college-bound or already attending, had friends who loved her, and was building a life. The mother spoke of her daughter's hopes, the small things they shared: late-night talks, drives listening to music, laughter, future plans. All of that now cut short. Community members have rallied. Vigil lights, flowers, social media tributes have poured in. People who knew her describe her kindness, her smile, how she made people feel seen. Some say the neighborhood is no longer the same, and pain and fear replacing the safety and routine many took for granted. Law enforcement is conducting a full investigation. They are reviewing surveillance footage, interviewing witnesses, collecting physical evidence. No arrests have been confirmed publicly yet. Police have urged anyone with information, no matter how small, to come forward. For the mother, the loss is more than just personal. It is public too. She wants justice, accountability for whoever pulled the trigger, whoever enabled this to happen. She has also called for community awareness, for safety, for people to look out for one another. This story is a reminder of how fragile life is, how one moment can change everything. It's not just the loss of a daughter, it's the loss of possibility. If you want updates as this case develops, arrests, trial, memorials, hit like and subscribe so you don't.
All right, Dominica, this is one of the reports that came out there on this young lady. I think her name from family members is Deshaun George. She's only 21 years old. We'll try to follow that story and bring you more details as it becomes available. So 449-309-596. We're going to have a discussion there because it's gun crimes continue here. What is really going on? You know, I'm sure everybody is looking for answers at this time, but something is definitely wrong. Something is definitely wrong, Dominica. Something is not right. Something is not right. Gonna come back after that.
In the Caribbean,
Calling the alleged
flash
killer in
floods
Ann
are
Arbor.
common, making it essential for communities to develop strong emergency plans. Vulnerable groups like persons living with disabilities are often left unprotected during these events. To prevent this, both citizens and policymakers must prioritize climate mitigation and adaptation efforts to ensure the safety of all, especially the most at risk. Prête-moi tes oreilles. Let's all unite, ensuring that no one gets left behind in times of disaster. Be proactive and do the right thing.
Tune in every morning for The Hot Seat on Q95. The latest happening event, breaking stories, and behind-the-scenes in-depth investigative reports. Stay on for more fair and balanced talk on The Hot Seat on Q95, the big station.
There was also another gun related crime in the town of Portsmouth early this morning or late last night. I think a young man's name, according to family members, is Dwight Maxime. Also heard of the hanging of a young female in the north. Family members are now asking the police to further investigate the circumstances about this hanging. Family members have their doubts. My reports indicate that the young man who may be her boyfriend or some relative, when reported the matter to the police, he actually found the young lady hanging, according to reports, and he may have cut the rope. Questions are, why did you cut that rope before calling the police? You see, everybody's now speculating. Was it really hanging? I don't know. I wasn't there. But anyway, family members have been calling me all weekend, asking the police to further investigate. Something is not right about this. Somebody's asking the question, what is going on in our country? Listen, we have hit rock bottom. Clearly, something has to be done. We change some things. Things cannot continue the way they are. Oh, Mr. Claude Wixie, somebody's asking, where are you? Where have you gone? Your country needs you, sir. Please, Mr. Claude Wicks. Gun crime has gone out of control. I also heard of some gunshots in the Grand Bay area just yesterday morning. Police are very, very busy. Something is not right. Somebody says there was also another young man who was murdered in Sabre on Friday night. His mother is also a Dominican. Not sure if he too was born in Dominica. Parents for sure are Dominicans. It's just sad to know. I know his mom personally in Sabre from gun violence as well. We have to ask ourselves, what is really going on? Hello, talk to me, yes?
I say praises, thanks, blessings, and glory to all those who have sacrificed their personal safety and security trying to elevate mankind to humanity. Municipality blessings to your family, sir.
Blessings to you, blessings.
Not what you say something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. Not I understand or what they say, understand. Some people say overstand what is happening. And I'm not saying not to blow any whistle or any trumpet because I have none. That is what you call organized chaos on a global scale. A mass shooting, I'm just watching it in America. This morning their supermarket. You hear about Charlie Kirk and who we have shot him and Matt every day. The other day in America, Matt, 3 mass shooting in one day. America is at war with the world and America is at war with America. Matt, is that a winning battle?
Is it?
Are you there with me, sir?
I'm right here. I say, is it?
No, it cannot. It cannot be a winning battle. Well, the empire is on the decline in a very progressive way, and it is sad. Matt, the guy who died by Dios or whatever, there, Matt, my auntie just go through a transition, and a grandson just follow her, Matt. The guy who died in the vehicle accident going down in that precipice. That's her grandson. Matt, his mother had me crying because when I called her, Matt, she was just crying. Tears, Matt, rivers. And I was just crying and I tell her I'll call her back. Matt, up to now, for about 3 days I haven't called her back because I don't like crying, but I can be an emotional person. When people getting hurt and certain things, it really touch me because I'm that empathetic and sympathetic, Matt.
But let me share something with you, Blessings. I know you might say, some people say it's a mere coincidence, but listen, this young guy who fell over the cliff and died on the weekend, was it last week sometime?
Yeah, that's my auntie grandson. She just got buried.
It was reported that a 28-year-old Miss Lee Roll of Bellevue Chopin was found wrecked in a vehicle at the bottom of the same area. Listen to me, listen. Same age, 28 years old. On the same day, that was 2016. Is there a coincidence?
I have a thing I created, Matt, and I've created a lot of them, and they're always at the tip of my tongue and my thoughts, Matt. Where there is a consistent sequence of events, coincidence is absent. For in the laws of coincidence, there is no consistency. A lot of people would not listen to me because I have no degree. I have no PhD. But Matt, something in Dominica is very, very, very strange and unusual and illogical, nonsensical, Matt. The same day, Matt?
Same day, 2016.
In the same area?
Same place, same very place.
Well, that spirit there is powerful, Papa. Dominica is too much of a small place. Matt, but how much people we have now? About 40,000, Matt?
Well, I said
because, Matt, people are running from the sinking ship. These criminals, people talking about corruption, that is crimes against the people of Dominica. So how could, in the same area, the young man and my 2 young people, the age of the lady was what, Matt?
I think the girl was 28. The girl was 28, but somebody's now telling me the boy may have been 23. But it's the same place, same time, around the same area that incident occurred.
Matt, is there an area, is there a location in that particular area or some road defect, Matt, where if you pass in there, you can easily fall down there, Matt? The road is okay.
I don't know that area myself. I mean, I drove past it, but I don't check it when I pass by.
No, Matt, what I'm saying, that is the same main road going to the north, all right?
Yes, same area, yes.
And there is not an area like a bypass they created based on the main road may have had some defects. And when you pass in there, you can easily fall. So you will say, well, there's a dangerous place, so when people pass in there, they can fall. No, the road is okay. Matt, could it be some people getting their plugged into the sockets of the demons and they can claim you at a time appointed? Matt, they need blood. A lot of things that are happening in Dominica, Matt, are ritualistic blood sacrifice. Matt, I did not want to go there. I want to empathize and sympathize with all those shooting, whether Dominica or Dominicans in foreign or Dominicans in Dominica. Matt, Melissa Popon scare it and Roosevelt scare it. Or you need to come and Reginald Austri and apologize to the people of Dominica, the young people in particular, and tell them we apologize. All that incitement, all that violence we keep preaching about Navy SEALs and snipers, disappear Lennox Linton, send hot water on them. Not these are contributing factors. It cannot be unilaterally all by themselves because there is the music, there is the movies, the latest culture, frustration of what young woman hung herself mad. According to the police, lack of proper investigation. But if it's me, maybe I might be impulsive and irrational and cut the rope too. Because I don't know the state in which it maybe try to resuscitate her. So for us to jump to conclusion and say, well, maybe. No, maybe the brother was really not irrational, a moment of insanity, not thinking about police and the investigation, and he cut the body down. So let us not try to jump to conclusion, but not something is so wrong in Dominica particularly, like I started with organized chaos, predictive programming. They have us right where they want us on a global scale, and we are so predictable, man. They know the next move we are going to make, thanks to technology, thanks to nano robotics. Let me hush my mouth. I don't want to talk too much because I don't degree. And many other things in which we are so predictable. They are on point knowing what we're going to do based on television, on telephone, on all the different technologies they're using to manipulate the minds of the people. Matt, I'll leave it there for the time. Blessings.
A blessing to you. 449-3095, 449-3096. As I said, something has to be done. Police, you have to start getting more busy, huh? Somebody says, man, there's a dark, evil cloud over our land, and people, whoever they may be, the blood of our people continue to flow to satisfy the debts owed. As I said, somebody was just indicating there, suggesting that there's a dark evil cloud over our land and people, whoever they may be. The blood of all people continue to flow to satisfy the debts owed to the evil master. We cannot continue like that. We need a total overhaul of this government. Also the police and the clergy. Lord, help us. Dominica, we have a stuff and we'll continue to talk right after this. This is the hot set on the Monday morning. We have a stuff coming up.
It's in the feeling and how we talk. It's in the meaning and our spark. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are. Give it up like he's one page. Together going strong. No matter what, we keep things going. Before we will go home. It's up in the sky. Celebrate and come let your rhythm flow.
Auto Trade introduces our newest line of lubricants, Valvoline, America's first branded motor oil. Valvoline has been formulating and improving motor oil longer than any other brand. From the world's first racing oil to the world's first synthetic blend, Valvoline has been trusted in engines around the world for over 150 years. Make the switch today. Choose Valvoline, the original motor oil. At Auto Trade, we only recommend the best in quality because at Auto Trade, it's more than a vehicle. It's a relationship. Valvoline lubricants, now distributed by Auto Trade.
Are you tired of having the same boring breakfast every morning? Well, Monflake Oats is the healthy and perfect solution just for you. Make your breakfast exciting by adding Monflakes to your pancakes, parfait, or even milkshake. Monflake can be found in different sizes and available in granola such as Caribbean or Hawaiian. Stop worrying about what to prepare for your breakfast, dessert, snack, or even dinner. Monflake is the best addition to your meal. Grab yourself a bag today.
Locally distributed by Fine Foods Inc. and available island-wide.
At Blue Box, we now carry and are fully stocked in granola fertilizers. Urea 46%, great for leafy green 15-15-15, great for all vegetables or young fruit trees 20-20-20, best for foliar spray and seedlings and small vegetables 12-12-17, great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits 12-24-12, root crop fertilizer like dasheen and white potato 12-4-28, great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits. Red potash for fruit trees and vegetables. All the fertilizers you need are available at Bloombox, located on Federation Drive, Goodwill, second property on the right after the Valley Link Road. Your one-stop shop for everything that grows. Let's bloom together.
Celebrate 25 years of Creole music, magic, and memories. Dominica's World Creole Music Festival, October 24th to 26th. 3 nights of pulsating rhythm, suyo, calypso, soca, reggae, dancehall, souk, Afrobeat, and more. Book your stay and grab your World Creole Music Festival ticket now. Visit DominicanFestivals.com and follow Dominican Festivals on Facebook and Instagram. Don't miss it. 3 nights in Dominica.
Dominica, get ready. The Flavors of the World Festival is on. Sunday, September 20th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Stadium Forecourt. Get ready for a day of music, international local cuisine, and culture. Let your taste buds travel to China, Venezuela, India, Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, Nigeria, Dominica, all in one afternoon while you are entertained with electrifying performances from Dominica's best entertainers with fictions of music from international culture. Tickets now at Brookside Pharmacy, Tickets on the line, Next Connect, or online at ticketpass.com. VIP $250, children $5, $12, $20, students $50, and adults $100. Come for the food and stay for the vibes. It's the Flavors of the World Festival, September 20th from 2 to 9 p.m. Stadium Forecourt. You got to be there. It's an experience.
Come visit Central Cooperative Credit Union, your market solution. Your market solution. Come visit us at Central Cooperative Credit Union, your market solution. Come get your mortgage. You can switch your mortgage, get a new mortgage, refinance your mortgage. We are your market solution. Lock in your interest rates as low as 4.75%. We are your market solution. Up to $100,000 loan protection. It's an easy process and quick application. Central Cooperative Credit Union, your mortgage solution. Come get your mortgage. Visit us today at 4244 Federation Drive in Goodwill or Bay Street in Portsmouth. Central Cooperative Credit Union, your mortgage solution. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, Dominica, we're here with our friends. I haven't seen this young lady in a long time. You're busy doing the same thing I'm doing? I'm calling to you. Sanita, how you doing? Long time. How you doing from the Central Cooperative Credit Union?
Matt,
that's a new look.
Yes, Matt, I cut my hair.
You cut your hair? Everybody's seeing you on Facebook.
Oh, it looks good. I know. Yes, Matt, I cut off the hair, man. I cut it off.
They say when you cut your hair in the Bible, you lose the strength, you know.
Oh,
is that true? Not for the ladies,
not for the ladies, maybe for the men. Well, is that true? Donna is bald. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Matt. It's a pleasure to be back. It's been a minute, but it's good to be back on Q. It's good to be back with you live on air. And let me just say good morning. My name is Lorraine Henderson Reed. I mean, I know your listeners know the voice. They call us the Dream Team. I'm here with my favorite coworker.
Your favorite?
My favorite.
Uh-oh.
I can say that publicly.
Your coworkers will get trouble
They'll
with you.
They'll be all right. I know
They'll
Carlene, when I reach back by the credit union, Carlene will be waiting for me with a pitchfork by the door. Yes, I'm here with Mr. Burton, and we're here to promote our products and services, especially our indie cash loan, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
It's independent season, and we're just here to promote our products. Mr. Burton?
Mr. Burton, how you doing?
Pleasant good morning to you.
Always a pleasure.
Matt.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure too as well.
Always a pleasure.
And pleasant good morning to your dedicated listeners. For me, it is a true privilege to join you here today and to represent a financial institution that is number one on the island. And as Senator Mrs. Reed said, that today we're here to talk about our super hot product, that's the IndyCash loan promotion. But not only so, we also want to delve into mortgage loans and also to as well vehicle loans too as well. So I am very excited to be here this morning. Thank you, Matt, for allowing us to be part of your day. And we are ready. We are more than ready to start this wonderful conversation.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come right back.
Independent seasons ringing in the air. When the cash low, you know where to go. Central Cooperative. She not flash, cause we got your back. Borrow up to 10 grand, the payments so low. Just $90, you ready to go. Cash in a flash, and you're good to go. Cash in a flash, you ready to go.
Top deal or call our loan department at 767-275-5902 or 767-275-2891.
When the cash low, you know where to go. Central Cooperative.
Promotion runs from now.
All right, so tell us what this big cash loan is all about. Of course, we are approaching the independent season. Lorraine?
Yes, Matt. We are approaching the independent season, and it is time to speak about our Indie Cash loan. Matt, as its name says, Indie Cash, independence loan. We're borrowing up to $10,000. So you can lend. We're lending you up to $10,000. You can borrow up to $10,000 for your independent season, Matt. You know, it's 25 years for the World Korean Music Festival. We're celebrating another milestone here in Dominica. And you know, everybody and their cousin and their schoolmate and their friend will be in Dominica this season. And you want to be able to entertain your family, you want to be able to entertain your friends, and you want to be able to have a good independent season. You want to can do anything with the loan, you know. You can buy your mattress, prepare your kids for the independence, you know, have your children looking very nice. You can get your season ticket for Krell Festival. You can paint the house in case the house looking a little, you know, not that pretty, but you want your friends to feel comfortable. You can paint up, Matt. You can buy a new fridge if your fridge smoking or you know going bomb. Anything you need for the independent season, that money can help you out, Matt.
I haven't heard that word in a while.
Bomb?
Going bomb. You sit on a plane, that's for you.
If the fridge going bomb, you know, Matt, anything that you need for the independence, this you can borrow up to $10,000. Match repayment as low as $90. Of course, for $90, you need to borrow a lot less to pay $90. And Matt, I mean, just independence. It's just independence time for food, time for travel. There are so much fringe events. You want to go out. Also, Matt, for those having reunions at this time, you will be able to go sightseeing, take your family around. It's just a time to enjoy family. And you want to ensure that you have enough money to entertain them, enough money to just enjoy your independence, Matt. And we have that $10,000 at Central with the Indie Cash loan, Matt. Now, to get the loan, you can't just come to the branch and say, hey, I'm here for an IndyCash. You must have a few things. So you have to come with your 2 most recent salary slip. For those people getting paid twice a month, it will be your 4 most recent salary slips.
Fortnightly slips.
Yes. Your job letter. And you also have to do some credit reports. Now, as we also always explain to the listening public, the credit reports is not for us to know your business, but it's for us to be able to help you become more financially stable. So, for example, let's say somebody applies for $5,000 for the IndyCash, right? And they're at one of the institutions that give you those high interest loans, and they maybe owe like 3,000. We would at that time recommend for you that you borrow 8,000. Let us close off that loan for you, and that way you only have one payment. So we also make you financially stable when you apply for loans with us. So you come for the IndyCash, and we'll help you, pick the right amount, and we'll also help you be ready for the independent season. So, Matt, you can call us, and every opportunity, I will say, you can call our loans department at 275-5902 or 275-2891 to make your appointment. You can also make your appointment online. Those people trying to make appointments via Facebook Messenger, no, because what you do, you just send us our information and we have them make the appointment and call you. That process would be a little longer. It's better to call and make your appointment, or make your appointment online.
All right. So, anything else you want to add, Mr. Burton? Just come in and get it. How easy it is? I mean, she explained a little bit, but how easy it is to get this loan?
Well, for us, Matt, what we can guarantee is that once you have all of your information with us at Central, we guarantee you within 48 hours to deliver on our promise. So what we say to our members is to kindly...
So you don't have to take the $10,000.
You do not necessarily have to apply for $10,000. $10,000.
You might need $2,000. You might need $3,000.
That's correct, Mark.
But the same applies.
The same condition applies.
Okay.
And what will happen is that this product is super hot right now. So a lot of persons are calling in, booking appointments. And so what we say to our members is to ensure that you have all of your information, set the appointment, and once everything is in place, we can guarantee you within 48 hours to deliver. That's how good we are.
All right. Taking a break. Coming right back.
Seasons ringing in the air. When the cash low, you know where to go. Central Cooperative. Get cash in a flash, cause we got your back. Borrow up to 10 grand, the payments so low. Just $90, you ready to go. Cash in a flash, and you're good to go. Cash in a flash, you ready to go.
Top deal or call our loan department at 767-275-5902 or 767-275-2891.
When the cash low, you know where to go. Central Cooperative.
Promotion runs from now. Come visit Central Cooperative Credit Union, your market solution, your market solution. Come visit us at Central Cooperative Credit Union, your market solution. Come get your mortgage. You can switch your mortgage, get a new mortgage, refinance your mortgage. We are your market solution. Lock in your interest rates as low as 4.75%. We are your market solution. Up to $100,000 loan protection. It's an easy process and quick application. Central Cooperative Credit Union, your market solution. Come get your mortgage. Visit us today at 4244 Federation Drive in Goodwill or Bay Street in Portsmouth. Central Cooperative Credit Union, your mortgage solution. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, let's go back to, of course, continue with discussion as it relates to vehicle loans at this time. Now back to you. Yes?
Thank you, Matt. So a while ago, you heard my colleague, Senator, talk about our Super Hot IndyCash promotion. But I also want to take you down another exciting road, literally, and that is our CCCUL motor vehicle loan. Picture this, right? We are into September, ending of the summer, and the vibes are alive, and you're still wrestling with an old ride mat, and that is costing you a lot. You know, Senator used the word I wouldn't use, but why keep patching and fixing your vehicle when you could upgrade and enjoy the comfort of a new vehicle? Why you want to continue to rent from someone else? Why would you want to continue to repair your vehicle? So Central is saying to you, upgrade. You can finally drive the vehicle that you deserve. And it doesn't have to be brand new, you know. We can finance fairly new vehicles up to 10 years old. In fact, I would use the word central is very flexible. So it can also be something more than 10 years, a vehicle more than 10 years. And here's the kicker to all of that. Our motor vehicle loans, our interest rate is as low as 7.99%. Yes, you heard me right, 7.99%. And because every member's situation is different, we do not just treat you like a number. We sit with you, craft out all of the details, and what we do is to process something that fits into your budget, and that's the central way. So let me just break down what is needed. We would ask you to deliver to us a fresh employment letter, 2 most recent salary slips, so that is for the salaried persons. We also ask for a national issued ID. You need to purchase shares in the company. We issue what you call credit checks or credit reports. If the vehicle is online, we would ask that you bring to us pictures of the vehicle along with a CIF quote. It's a cost, insurance, and freight quote, so that we can know what is the amount of the vehicle, along with customs document to show what it will cost you to bring in the vehicle. For those persons that are self-employed, what we say to you is to bring your business documents to show that you're a self-employed person. You'll also need to bring to us bank statements from your account, along with printouts of your daily activities. We also want to issue you credit reports, and the repayment method obviously will be a bank standing order. And now, here's what makes financing with Central truly amazing. When you take a motor vehicle with us, both your loan and your savings are insured. That is critical. They are both insured. What does that mean? It means that if the unexpected were to happen, Matt, your loan is settled and your savings are protected at no cost to you, the member. Again, at no cost to you, the member. And on top of that, Matt, we include a savings plan designed to grow your money, that is your savings security for the vehicle, and also towards, well, a savings plan specifically designed to take care of the motor vehicle insurance. So once you, the member, have a loan at Central, one, your savings and your loans is insured, and the asset, which is the vehicle, is also insured too as well throughout the life of the loan. That is critically important. So I want to say, remember, members, Central is not just an institution. Central is a legacy. I love history. So let me just give you a little history, members, prospective members. Central was born in 2007 with the merger of St. Alphonsus Credit Union in the south and the Portsmouth Cooperative Credit Union in the north. And together we carry over 100 years of financial wizardry. Remember that 100 years of financial wizardry that Central brings to you. No other financial institution in Dominica currently can boast of that. So that's a century of guiding, protecting, and delivering for our members. And that's the Central way. So again, let's just go over the key points. Why keep renting when you can own a vehicle? Why keep repairing when you can upgrade to a new vehicle? And at Central, your loan and savings are insured, your vehicle is protected, and your future is secure. And let me just remind our members again and our prospective members, our vehicle loan is as low as 7.99%, and that is per annum on the reducing balance. That means more car for less cost. So I would just like to appeal to our members. Again, we try to book appointments. So book your appointments with us. Call 275-5902. That's at our Goodwill branch, or 275-2891 at our Portsmouth branch. Or you can simply book an appointment online. To go online, log into mycccul.com. That's myccul.com. And so don't delay. A vehicle loan is waiting for you. Let me once again recap. Vehicles 10 years or younger, and we still have flexibility. We exercise flexibility for all our members. So it can also be a vehicle that's older than 10 years. Our interest rate is as low as 7.99%, and that's per annum reducing balance. Our loan and savings are totally insured. A savings plan to grow your wealth, a savings plan for full comprehensive insurance coverage against your vehicle. And all of this is backed by a credit union with over 100 years of combined expertise. Yes, 100 years of combined expertise. No other financial institution in Dominica can currently boast of this. So this independent season, everyone, do not just talk about freedom, drive it. Ride with Central Cooperative Credit Union, where your independence meets opportunity, and every journey begins with you.
All right. So that's a lot of information just there, boy.
Let me tell you,
He's on a roll this morning, huh?
Yeah, and he said, the credit union is what 100 or together 100
years of financial history.
That's how old he is, man. All right, so you want to get a vehicle loan with Central? You want to get a vehicle loan with Central, Matt? I mean, the rate is affordable. And we work with you. We're flexible. We look, it's a case by case basis, Matt. So you come in with your information and we work with you and we ensure that you drive off in a vehicle that will take you places, Matt, and won't have a lot of issues. When you all have an old vehicle, Matt, when you fix one thing at the front, something at the back break it. And I would know.
Talking from experience.
Experience.
We're going to take a break. We'll come back.
In the cash. Celebrate 47 years of independence with CCCUL. Get ready for the season with your CCCUL in the cash loan. Borrow up to $10,000 and make your independence dreams come true. In the cash. Use your in the cash to purchase your World Class Music Festival tickets. Spruce up your home and Airbnb or get your stalls and bars ready for the festive season. With Indie Cash. Monthly payment as low as $90. Yes, $90. Visit myccul.com or call 767-275-5902 or 767-275-2891 today. Celebrate independence the right way with CCCUL Indie Cash. Indie Cash from CCCUL. Cash in a flash. Indie Cash.
Promotion runs from now till November 7th, 2025. Terms and conditions apply. Happy Independence, Dom.
Papa. That's a lot of energy in that ad there.
It's independence, man. You can't. It's an indie cash, man. An indie cash.
We need to play some independence music, I suspect this time. So you can dance. You didn't bring your wall with you.
It's in my bag.
Let's take a phone call there quickly. There, I suspect some people trying to. Of course, hello on the telephone. Are you there? Yes.
Yes, morning, Mark.
Morning, yes, morning.
I just want the world, even the dead Marines, to know that Central Cooperative Credit Union is my financial institution of choice, and that is the best. They won't misread Mr. Burton, Mr. Harrig, and the staff. Anything I need, I don't even need no ID. Right now, my voice is my ID.
Wow.
If I want a loan this morning, I get in it without no down payment, nothing. The problem is what is Dominicans. If you always want it, most of the time in life, pay on time and make sure your account is always up to par. And I love when you have to save the compulsory saving attached to the loan. I love Central like my life. I can advertise for them for $0 and 0 cents. I love Central because why? They love me. Bye bye, Mr. Burton.
How are you?
Morning to you. Good sir.
Listen, man. That is what.
I think we need to dance at this time.
Okay, but you dance. Because of the jiggy.
Oh boy, a little independence music there with Central, huh? Seems to you dancing, I think. Let's go back this morning. We're here with, of course, Central Cooperative Credit Union. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Matt. So you've heard the good senator talk about our super hot IndyCash loan promotion, and I've also detailed about our vehicle loan. But today, I want to talk about something that's bigger than all of us.
Okay.
Something that represents all of us. Something that shapes families, anchors generations, and becomes the backdrop of your best memories. What do you think that would be, Matt?
Backdrop of your best memories.
Yeah, something that would anchor
Your home.
shape your best memories. I'm talking about loads. It's your
Your
home.
home.
It's your home,
Your
Matt.
home.
I'm going. I don't know. I'm saying.
Your good memories.
Oh yes.
Your family, your best smiles, your best laughs. It's your home. It's home.
Always your home. Always.
Because I said this, Matt, because we do not, at Central, we not just finance dreams, What we do is that we build them brick by brick, block by block, and nail by nail. And that's why we call it our mortgage home solution. So let's get straight into the headline. What does that mean? Our mortgage rate at Central is as low as 4.75%. Again, and that's per annum on the reducing balance. So yes, you've heard me right, 4.75%. So that's a rate you can identify with. A rate that is standing tall above all the other mortgage rates in Dominica at this point in time. So basically what you have is breathing room. You have space. You can enjoy life with a mortgage loan solution at Central. So whether you want to switch across the mortgage or you are starting fresh and you're in the business of constructing your own home, whether you want to refinance that existing mortgage, the better deal and the solution is at Central Cooperative Credit Union. And yes, the beauty about all of this, it's not just for members only, it's for prospective members. All of you are welcome to join the Central family. So let's talk about mortgage protection. That is important because you'll know that a mortgage is not just about money, it's about security. And with Central Mortgage, you receive free loan protection up to 100,000. You've heard me right, up to 100,000 in loan amounts free of charge. And I'll tell you this, Matt, we are already working to increase that amount because we know for a fact that peace of mind is never capped. Imagine the confidence you have, Matt, knowing that if the unexpected happens, and the unexpected will always happen. The other day I was listening to the news and we had 12 announcements. So the unexpected is likely to happen. Your loved ones are not left carrying that burden of a mortgage. No worries, no stress. The assurance comes from Central, and that is the Central way. No worries, no stress. But yes, what? We are taking this thing a step further. Unlike most financial institutions that stop at giving you a mortgage, Central couples your loan with a savings plan designed for you. And this is not just a side account that you more than likely will forget. This is a cushion that we are laying a foundation for you, a safety net, your quiet partner in progress. So while your mortgage is a long-term commitment, your savings plan is flexible. It grows steadily, and in times of need, whether it's travel, a medical emergency, your child's education, or another life surprise. There are always surprises in life. That saving security is there for you. You're not just left empty-handed. Instead, you've got options with that savings plan. And that's the central difference. We are not just about lending. We're more than lending. We are about building, literally, lending and protecting, literally, lending and preparing you for what is to come tomorrow. And speaking of preparation, let's talk about planning because this point is critically important. Too often, I must say that too often, people rush into buying or building without checking the financial institution for details. And I must say, the financial institution that brings about wisdom is Central.
That is
because
fact.
at Central, we want to flip the script. We want to flip the script for Dominicans. Before you submit your building plans and letters of intent, talk to us first, your financial institution of choice, Central. Sit down with one of our experienced loans officers. Let us walk you through the numbers, the process, the pitfalls, and the opportunities that a mortgage will bring. What we do at Central is that we give you clarity before you commit, because knowledge is power and preparation saves money, time, and heartache. Talk to us at Central. And there is something even more valuable. Central can offer you a pre-approval, a pre-approved loan, a pre-approved mortgage. And after assessing you, assessing your economic, your salary position upfront, we can give you a realistic, confident picture of what you can afford. That is critically important. That way, when you go to negotiate with contractors, developers, financiers, or property owners, you're not just guessing. You're not just guessing what you're about. You are negotiating from strength. You are walking into the room knowing with confidence the certainty and the changes of the game. That's the Central way. Just to recap, what you will actually need: a letter of employment, your two most recent salary slips, a completed income and expense form. If those persons that are self-employed will want your business documents and bank activity report. We'd also ask you to bring along a government issued ID, approved house plan from planning, a letter of approval from the planning division too as well, detailed estimates of materials and labor, valuation of property, both current and projected, and of course, your own private life insurance quote. So all of this may sound a little like a long list, but let me assure you, Central's got your back. Every item that I just outlined here is about protecting you, the member. So don't feel like we are stressing you. No, we're not doing that. Every document ensures transparency. That's what Central is about. Clarity. That's what Central is about. And security. That's what Central is about. And with Central officers guiding you through the process, we'll make this thing as smooth, clear, and manageable for you. So I just want to just pause for a second and just paint a beautiful picture and ask a fundamental question to our members and our prospective members. Why choose Central? And I'm going to answer that question because the answer is so simple. We are not just a bank or a credit union. We are the product of unity, history, and experience. Let me just go back again. I love history maths. In 2007, when Portsmouth Cooperative Credit Union and St. Alphonsus Credit Union merged, something beautiful and spectacular happened, and that was Central. Because Central is number one, I must say. I am passionate about that. What we did is that we carried forward a legacy, a century of wisdom, 100 plus years of guiding members, building homes, supporting businesses, and protecting families. So when you come to us, let me tell you that when you come to us, you are not just taking out a mortgage or any other loan, any loan we mentioned. What we're doing for you, we are plugging into you a legacy. And still, Matt, and still Central is evolving. Because with that century of wisdom, we also combine modern innovation. So you are not just getting one side of the spectrum. What you're getting is the best of both worlds. That is one, tradition and trust, and the second part is technology and vision. That's what Central is about. So, to recap, why just dream of a home when you can own one? Why keep refinancing elsewhere, going to other financial institutions when you can come to us, save money, save time, save stress? Matt, in closing, I just wanted to nicely paint a nice picture of you. Imagine yourself stepping into your own home, the keys in your hands, the doors swinging open, your children running through the hallway. My goodness me, that sounds beautiful. The walls echoing with laughter. The kitchen becomes the space for family gatherings. I know, Matt, you love party and a good time. I know that I can see that on your face.
Donald alone.
you have birthday celebration, barbecues, quiet moments of peace, anything that makes you happy. Matt, you look like a fun guy, you know? And so that's not just a horse, that's your sanctuary, that's your comfort, that's your legacy. And Central wants this to happen to you, for you, Matt. So again, just call us and make this dream become a reality.
All right. Any final comments from you this morning, Miss
Matt, I don't think. Listen to me. I don't know why I come there for. The gentleman on his own, he did fantastic.
He needed company.
I think he handled it well,
Okay.
but he handled it on his own. But Matt, let me just well done. You're gonna. Let me just say, Matt. The mortgage. We are your mortgage solution, Matt, and the compulsory savings is a big thing with Central. It really really helps you to be a little cushion because Matt, when you have a mortgage, you have a mortgage. That's a marriage for life. And the compulsory saving gives you a little wiggle. Yeah, man. So if something happens, you can come to you can Central is easy to work with. Mr. Burton, his team, they will work with you. You have a situation.
Your loans are insured.
All loans are insured. Matt,
that's important.
That is important, right? So we encourage your cash covered. We encourage you to do the secure max. So you use your savings to back your loan as opposed to withdrawing your money. When you withdraw the money, you have taken it out. But when you use your savings as a cash secured mechanism to secure your loan, you're good because your loan is insured. Matt, let us tell our members. We told them about loans, but we also want to speak to our members who are experiencing whatever difficulty at this time. Some people may have experienced a job loss, their financial situation may have changed, and Matt, they may be unable to repay their loans. Matt, we have measures, mechanisms to help you. Matt, the first thing they're supposed to do is contact the credit union. Not hide, not play hide and seek.
Communication is important.
Yeah, some members do play hide and seek with us. Just the first thing you're supposed to do is call your credit union. We have deferment available, and that is the first order of business to kind of help you sort yourself out. Because you've lost your job, you don't know what's next. Or you're transferring to another job in another country, you don't know, how the transition would be. So you want to look at options where you can take a little wiggle room, a little break to help yourself. So Matt, you must contact your credit union and keep the line of communication open, Matt. That is very important. If anything changes and you need a little break or you may not be able to pay your loan. Matt, to all members who are coming home, visiting for the independence season, Independence time, we have a lot of Dominicans here. We're asking you, members, to update your account. Please walk with your valid picture ID and your proof of address so that you can update your account and to ensure that all your business are in order. You want to update your beneficiaries, Matt. I always speak about an incident. If you have opened the account many years ago and Matt was your boyfriend at the time and you put Matt as your beneficiary and now you have $100,000 to your account, but you don't like Matt again, and you have 2 children and you're married. Imagine if something happens to you, Matt going to be smiling on Q95 for the rest of the year. He get $100,000 and Matt just smiling because Matt happy. And while you doing backflip in your grave, Matt rolling because you didn't listen to us and you did not update your account. So we're asking all our diasporas, you're coming home, bring your valid picture ID, bring your proof of address, update your account to ensure that everything is good. Update your beneficiaries to ensure that the persons whom you so desire to get your funds gets your funds.
You see my friend Maslin laughing on Facebook.
She laughing.
He's using my name too much. All right, Dominica. This is how we wrap it up there this morning there for our friends from CCU. Okay.
Good morning, Maslin. How are you?
Come back next week.
The week after.
Okay. Closer to independence.
Yes, Matt. We were talking about indie cash. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Get ready for the season with your CCUL in cash low. Borrow up to $10,000 and make your independence dreams come true. IndyCash. Use your IndyCash to purchase your World Premier Music Festival tickets. Spruce up your home and Airbnb or get your stores and bars ready for the festive season. With
in the cash. Monthly payment as low as $90. Yes, $90. Visit myccul.com or call 767-275-5902 or 767-275-2891 today. Celebrate independence the right way with CCCUL in the cash. In the cash from CCCUL. Cash in a flash. In the cash.
Promotion runs from now till November 7th, 2025. Terms and conditions apply. Happy Independence, Dominica.
Ride the storms. Ride the storms. Q95.
The Johnson family and friends, in collaboration with the Dominica Cancer Society, presents Songs and Rhythm in support of cancer care. This benefit concert will be held at the Alliance Française from 7 p.m. on Saturday, September 27th, 2025. Tickets are only $50 under the distinguished patronage of Her Excellency Mrs. Sylvanie Burton and Mr. Burton. Songs and Rhythm will feature the following acts: Tyson Johnson and Family, Mikael Henderson, Janae Jackson, Niall Grove, Stillpan, and Royat Daniel and Vernella Dumas. Get your $50 tickets at the Cancer Society office. Call 767-316-7326 or from Tyson Johnson at 245-8994 and Davis Later 265-3607.
Get vivid views at Quartz Optical. View the world in the latest frames and lens. Get 25% off on any credit purchases 12 months and over, with 15% off cash purchases. Wear it today and pay later. Plus, you can book your eye examination appointment online on www.quartzoptical.com. Get vivid views only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offers end September 30th, 2025. Conditions apply.
From the cradle to the grave, you don't have to be afraid. You need a loan you want to save. Come and visit us today. With a commitment to quality. Therefore you and me was one the family, but now with the community. Making life easy, like a no matter who you are, you can benefit. When you bring your mortgage with rates as low as 5% and loans for all your needs. Open an MRA, save for your golden years, and take advantage of our savings product. We will finance your business. Checking accounts, small business loans, wire transfers, and so much more. It's you all the way. Wow. Your community financial partner. CCU.
Yummy.
Yummy.
Looking for something sweet, chewy, delicious, or even crunchy? We've got you covered. Mars and Wrigley's products are the perfect pick for all your sweet tooth cravings. Available in M&M's, Twix, Milky Way, Snickers, Skittles, and even gummies. So next time your cravings are at an all-time high, choose Mars and Wrigley's.
Available at Fine Foods Inc. distribution or your favorite supermarket island-wide.
All right, Dominica, we're here. Before this infomercial this morning with the Central Cooperative Credit Union, we were talking about breaking the cycle of this gun violence. And you have to admit, you're Dominican too, huh? We don't always want to point fingers at the police or the politicians. But it's our country, so we have to look for solutions, huh? How do we break this cycle of gun violence? I think I have a WhatsApp message on the telephone here. Let's listen a little bit. Yes?
Yeah, I just wanted to address the issue of breaking the cycle of gun violence and breathing. Now, I want to make it clear, very clear. we want real solutions, we must ask the hard questions. What drives someone to the point where they feel violence is their only option? It is just not pure evil, but stress, frustration, and a sense of being disrespected or ignored. For example, debts unpaid by debtors, promises broken, sellouts that try to destroy other people's lives and their livelihoods. Someone struggling to survive while watching the ones who cause stress celebrating and having a good time. These pressures build and build to a point until a person is feel trapped and tragedy follows. If we only punish the act, we miss the cause. We need to address the economic hardships, jealousy, and lack of conflict resolution that fuels this violence. That means respect for one another is critical because without respect and lack of addressing the triggers of stress or the people causing the stress, the story will continue even after we have long lived this earth. Gun violence is not fate. It is a failure to listen and to care. Let us try to break the cycle, not with bullets, but with understanding, fairness, and action. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Very profound there. Very, very profound, you know. And I've been playing a song there for the entire weekend there, just wrapping up the week last week. You know, we have to change our attitudes. We have to change our attitudes. I'm sure you would understand.
The platform, about 65% of the platform is at that finished foundation level, on top of which the substructure and the asphalt will be placed on the roof.
How do we change this gun violence in Dominica?
We live in today, I say, so much people going astray on the Broadway. Idleness and pleasure seeking having sway on the minds today. As your people forget to pray.
I see.
Children being left alone without parents and direction. After school alone, at home, in front of the television. It's as if it's the example they must follow. It's a forgiving mentality of that's tomorrow. You see when you train a child to go, when they get old, they're moving so. When she young and your belly's long, it's up to step in my phone. Listen to me, change everything. Turn your whole life around. Come, change everything.
You know, they say always the man is the mirror in the mirrors. That's where we start to change, huh? The man in the mirror.
Stop being carnal and be spiritual. People walking around in a mental haze, and they love to laze, and the people lift up their voice in praise. If we don't heed and mend our ways, one of these days we gonna step this entire world ablaze. I see in the east and in the west, in the north and in the south. International commerce is rumors of wars and wars all about. And in the example of our children will follow. This would have to be about the fields of tomorrow. You see when you turn out to go, when you get out there moving so, when you tree up and you're baby to It's time to step away. Listen to me, change attitude. Do right with all your might. Come, change attitude. And all your tomorrow's going to be bright. Hey, hey, change attitude. Cast your bread on the water, not sun or rain. Change attitude. What goes around comes around again. When I look at this modern society, I see so much conflict and misery. Scientifically, we progress rapidly, but acts of charity, we bury deeply under peace-like mentality. I see fulfillment of prophecy, which holy men prophesy. Women walking casually today with their bottoms outside. And if it's the example our children will follow.
What are the examples we laying down for the youth of tomorrow? Are we setting the right examples? On the telephone, are you there? Yes? We have to change. We have to change.
To me, change attitude. Don't wait for nobody, you must die. Come, change attitude. You can ask the Lord for a brand new heart. I said, don't change attitude. I was a disciple of.
Hello, talk to me. Are you a disciple of Lucifer? Hello. Some people don't believe in evil, huh? But it does exist. Hello, talk to me. If you talk to the priest, they will tell you. Sorry. You keep missing the phone calls.
And destroy the soul. With an evil imagination out of control, this misguided soul is spreading violence throughout the world. I see children sexually abused by close relatives, husbands leaving their wives battered and bruised, we modern yet so primitive. And this is the example our children will follow.
Somebody says government needs to install guardrails or some rough patches to slow traffic in dangerous areas on the road. So many things need to be done. It's frustrating that the common man can see the inefficiencies and those that govern cannot see or refuse to see and fix them. Someone WhatsApp messages coming in there.
In a rat race, money have no place. Come, change your attitude. In the image and likeness of God you are. So change your attitude.
Good morning to you, man. I'm listening, and it's heartbreaking to see the level of violence in this country. There's a very great need for intervention. A series of meetings, for the young men on the block. Send them invitation. Evaluate their responses. Pray for them. Speak to their lives. Be it anonymous approach of intervention in all the villages. Call out streets of village meetings with the young men and give them solutions. Much needed prayer, fasting, and offering. These are some of the great solutions there. So somebody's saying that we need to meet with the young men. Don't talk to them. I would say that. Don't talk to them. Talk with them. Find out what is really going on. What do you need? How can we help you? We need prayers. We need fasting. We need God to bring this curse, this lawlessness, to seek God for wisdom to resolve. It hurts me, Matt. It hurts me. On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes?
How are you?
Good morning to you, mommy. How you doing?
But let me tell you something,
Tell me something.
I had made a suggestion once that we need to bring all the young people together, right? Have a national consultation. Now you leave all the politicians. You bring in religious, you bring in other private people, across the board, psychologists, whatever. You speak to the young people. You ask them what's their problem. You hear, Mark? The people who are there will take down whatever they say, and you take it to government. You don't.
You made a point that I want to change one word. You say you talk to the young people, you talk with them. I think that's the word I would suggest, with instead of to them, because sometimes they think you don't listen to them.
Yes, you talk with them, and
Yes,
they
yes.
tell you their problem,
Mhm.
whatever.
Yes.
You take that to the government. As I say, no politicians must be there, because when the politician is on, they might want to speak. So you have, as I said, pastors, priests, whatever, the community, young people, village council, and you take whatever they say to the government, they work on it. But Mark, another thing I want to say.
Tell me.
When those things happen, we all ask, what is going on? What is happening? We all know what is going on. I always like to say I'm a senior citizen, right, Mark?
Yes.
I work in the public service for 40 years. I am there watching what is happening. Now, when people speak the truth, people don't like the truth.
That is very
That
true.
say,
That is
you're
very
in this
true. Yes.
party, you're
Mhm.
in that party. Well, I'm not in no party. You understand?
Mhm.
Right. Look at Mr. Weeks. And Matt, give me a look at Mr. Weeks. When Mr. Weeks spoke, you know what Mr. Weeks said? We all know.
Mhm.
What did they do to Mr. Weeks? They victimized him, right? He
Yeah.
was speaking truth.
That's true.
It look as though we don't like truth. No, look at the police force, and I'm talking generally.
Mhm.
Matt, when you recruited police officers, there was a criteria. I don't go in over that.
Mhm.
The old police, and we know what was the criteria. Understand? No, it is not that. If you have other criteria, so you support. And I'm not talking politics, partisan politics and politics.
I understand.
I'm telling you what
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
I'm a senior citizen. I'm on my way out. You understand? But I have children. Right. How do you recruit police officers now? Look at it, Matt. Understand? You have a public service, Matt. Look at all the commissions and the boards and so you have. Who are on those commissions and those boards? The people that are there probably are not supposed to be there. They don't know whatever subject they have to deal, they're not aqua. You understand what I'm saying?
They're friends of the politicians. Yes.
Right. So you see all that. Now the young people now are crying out for help and nobody is taking them on. Now you have some people, sometimes they call overseas and talk betis. I call that betis.
Mhm.
Because they're in their glory, right, over there, and I'm talking general.
True.
Some people down here are suffering. They don't care. They support a party or they support a church regardless of. So their allegiance is to whatever. And the young people are suffering. We have to look at all that. Now, who is listening to them and mad? We just say young people. No, I already say no young person was born bad, Matt. No young person was born bad. We always say it stems from the home. Now you have injustice. You have a lot of injustice. People clapping, Matt. People clapping for wrong things,
I
Matt.
see that. Yes.
When people say things that are wrong, they clapping, So what you expect? You understand what I'm saying, Matt? So it's a whole set of things, and we have to begin to take that seriously. You have some young people probably want to go and work on their farm. Their road is not accessible. You understand, Matt?
Mhm.
So it's a lot of things you have to sit down and think of who have. They don't worry about those that don't have. So it's not one thing, and all of us has to work on what is not right. And another thing that hurts me, Matt,
Mhm.
you see people in position. They go to high school. They go to college. They go to university. So, Matt, they know better. But most of them upholding the wrong things, man.
And they're staying silent.
They're upholding the injustice and what's going on. We must be fair. We need to change. None of us are perfect. All of us have our sins. Have my sins.
Of
But we
course.
have to, each of us have to work on what we find we're not doing well. You understand? So it's a whole lot of things. And then we all have to change. Matt, Dominica is burning. We have to do something. Thank you.
Dominica, I like the words you use. Dominica is burning. On our Facebook message, somebody says that cannot. The only solution for Dominica right now, that's the one viewpoint, that this government has to go. This gang of people have to resign and let fresh minds bring back the people of Christianity and people of morality, are people that will be able to help Dominica. Just a paraphrase there. Some people say it's evil, and some people don't believe in evil. Hello, talk to me. Yes? Yeah?
Are you there with me, Mr. Pelke?
I'm right here.
Can you engage me if necessary? Okay?
I will, if I have to.
Okay. Matt, I tell you about the socket and the plug a while ago. If there's current in the wall or a live wire, do not touch it. Do not plug into it if you don't want the blender or whatever electrical appliance you want to be turned on. Do not touch it, particularly if the current is evil. Now, Dominicans must be careful when people telling them, come to them for everything. Come to Papa, and they're selectively giving who they want. Maybe they know your mother, they know if it's your mother first child, your mother last or second or third child, and all of that. Be careful, people. As I said, where there is a consistent sequence of events, coincidence is absent. For in the laws of coincidence, there is no consistency. So, Matt, you go to Rome. All of a sudden, all young men come in here with a dirty comb. And you don't know what is happening. We don't know what is happening. That's not a question we should be asking, Matt. We know what is happening, a lot of us. And the churches, Matt, the lady made a very interesting observation. We do not want the politicians there because the young people will not say what's on their mind. Matt, are you hearing that, Matt?
That is very true. That's very true. They're afraid of these politicians. At least,
and that is the environment those criminals created. An environment of suppression, an environment of silence. So if you see somebody kill somebody, based on how you are trained, you can't go and say, well, it's blessing that should be man. Because you're afraid of blessings coming and shoot you because the police or the politicians might say it's blessings that do that. So if you have to divide the church and the state, which are one, to accommodate young people, that is frightening. That's why I'm seeing not in France, in England, Nepal, in Germany. Not the whole world is up in flames because people are fed up with corrupt and evil and wicked and criminal politicians and even members of churches, ministers of churches. Who can you trust, Matt, with your children? Who can you trust with your monies? And that's by design. That's not coincidental. I told you about predictive programming, Matt. Predictive programming. It's a mind-controlling thing. An organized chaos. Can you imagine, Matt, you catch me in America illegally? You're not sending me back to Dominica. You're negotiating with an African country. They call that a third country. And you're sending me to Africa, Matt? So what, they're going to take all them Palestinians, as I hear one of the Jewish people suggested. Africa of plenty land. Send the Palestinians to Africa. All of that is connected, and everybody talking about Trump. Matt, it's a conspiracy. A secret plan to commit something illegal, something criminal. And it's on a global scale. So when people go into Rome, and all of a sudden, well, always Dominica is on fire, and we're having some strange, quote-unquote, coincidences, Matt. Are they coincidental?
A good question, the blessings. Let's move on. Thank you.
When I look at this modern society,
Man, the only way I see change in Dominica is when the cabals and liberals own what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Well, it might be one of theirs. They see how change. You'll find out how the police will be quick to intervene when it's one of theirs, huh? I'm not craving for war, but there is definitely evil in Dominica, somebody says, by the wicked, injustice people in society.
Tell me, man. Matt, you know, we call your radio, we share points, we share ideas. But Matt, when you have people in authority not setting the right directions, it's like you have a manager managing a business, and he's not managing the business, and everybody doing what they want, while a few that is close to him is benefiting. You're gonna get that kind of thing, you know. Matt, the young generation that's 25, 40, they're not killing themselves, you know. The young people are killing themselves, and these are the young people that need that kind of administration in power. You know, it's the young ones. Because why? There's no sense of purpose. That is the administration again, and it's not partisan. That's the administration that had the most financial resources, the most that could change the Dominica to a little LA or a little Dubai, because they travel the world. That's the administration that travel the world, my brother. See what the world is made of. And we still have a Dominica that is backward and is falling the worst in the society and in the region. You know what I mean? What are there for the young generation? Those that is 25 years, 30 years. Because the child was 1 year is now 26 years when that administration came into power. Because that was 10 is now 45 or 46 years, man. Analyze the numbers, man. What is there for them? They're the ones who are killing one another. Because there's no direction of purpose. Unless you set goals and you set the right avenues for your generation and for the young youth, you're not going to get results. You think all the Martin Luther Kings and all them stuff, they were leaders. They set the path. And results came. Even if some of them wasn't there, but the result came because the leaders set foundations that led to success. What are our leaders doing in Dominica?
Charity, we bury deeply under peace-like mentality. I see fulfillment of prophecy, which holy men prophesy. Women walking casually today with their bottoms outside.
Hello, change your attitude. Yes, sir. What has to be done? Hello, talk to me, yes?
Let me tell you what somebody said. Carol morning, long, I haven't seen you long overdue. The king of the blue marlin, where's the marlin? That's about time.
Don't wait for nobody else, you must stand. Come, change attitude. You can ask the Lord for a brand new hand. I said, don't change attitude. I was a disciple of Lucifer. Thank God I changed my attitude. Now I serve him. Jesus the Savior. What is wrong with man from ever above? The scriptures are told he accepted brass for gold and destroyed his soul. With an evil imagination out of control, this misguided soul is spreading violence throughout the world. I see children sexually abused by close relatives.
One lawyer I know, I mean, there are many lawyers who do it, but one lawyer I know for sure that, goes through the ghettos and understand the young people as Mr. Joshua Francis. He's on the line with me. And I just want to ask him at this point in time, what will break this gun cycle, the gun violence that we're experiencing now for the past few months in Dominica? Mr. Joshua Francis, good morning to you. How are you, sir? How are you? How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Pelty. Good morning to your listeners. I'm well, sir. How are you?
A long time. But we're dealing with the issue, Joshua, that everybody's asking, when will it stop? Because it appears that this gun violence, this gun crime is on the increase. So how do we bring it to a stop, if you will?
Well, Matt, first of all, let me take this opportunity to express my condolences to the family, friends, and communities affected by gun violence, more so over the last weekend. If I'm correct, I think we had 2 fatalities resulting from gun violence, one in the community of Grand Bay and the other in the community of Portsmouth. So,
Portsmouth, we had another gun-related violence in New York, Dominica-related, because one, her father, from what I gather, is from Dominica in Point Michelle. Yes.
Is that in New York, and also one in St. Kitts?
St. Kitts and Sabre. So, yes, so it's all over.
Right. And on both sides of the fences, people are affected. You have the family of the victim, the deceased, and you now have the family and friends of the accused, for those accused who have been arrested and been implicated for the shootings or the homicides.
Yep.
But Matt, this is a complex situation. On the surface, it appears, or it may appear, that we have the answer. But from my studies, as well as from my interaction and participation with young people and in the different communities in Dominica, I know that this is not as simple as one may think. It's a very complex situation, and to address it, we have to look at multiple measures. Matthew, your question is particularly related to young people. And what can we do to abate or minimize gun violence? Well, there are several measures that we can employ at a community level, and those strategies must be youth development strategies. And there are a number of them we can take into consideration. Matt, when you were younger, when you were a child, actually, a young man growing up, you used to play a little football, right?
Yes, of course.
And you were involved in cricket.
I was living on the playing field, they say,
All right, so that is right. Now, at the time when you did that, the community may not have been thinking of it as a strategy to keep you away from trouble, but it was very effective, and it continues to be effective. However, in more recent times, we have less people or less young people seem involved in after-school programs. So that is one of the things that we have to do in Dominica, to resume or encourage positive after-school programs, whether it is participation in organized sports, at recreational centers, in playing fields, formation of youth groups to provide structured and supervised activities, whether in culture or some other activity that young people could put their energy into, as opposed to being idle after school and developing bad habits and bad cultures. Then we have mentorship and social connections, Matt. Those are the days when younger people had mentors, whether at the church or at the school level. I believe that the time has a reason for us to resume that kind of thing, foster positive social connections, having peer support, and mentoring to build protective factors. Then, Matt, of course, another factor that we have to take into consideration, another strategy that we can employ, is in respect to skill development. We still have the youth skill training program, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we have to find, ways to encourage these young people, especially the young boys, to get into skill development programs.
But my understanding from people involved in youth development, enough resources are not being poured in that area, to continue that kind of program. Mm-hmm.
Well, so that is why, Matt, we have to shift our priorities a little bit more towards young people, especially the young men. The young men are under attack.
You see, under attack, you say?
Yes, young men are under attack, Matt, from different point of views. If you look at the statistics, who are the people being killed? Young men. Who are the alleged killers? Young men. And that is the trend. So we have, as a society, to calculate measures to tackle and address that reality. The young men are being marginalized. Young men are the ones who seem to be falling in the social cracks, more so than the young ladies who perform better at school, who attend more at school, who are the university graduates, who are the people going to work, who are the people on the block. So we have to conduct a scientific survey in Dominica to determine what is the demographics, who are the people who are being affected, which communities appear to be more vulnerable than others, what is the age group, between what age range are these people falling in the social cracks. So we really have to employ a scientific strategy, and we do have the resources. We have the ministries, we have the personnel, we have people who are trained in that department. So it's an issue of government placing more priority on youth development. It is really sad that at this hour we still do not have a community school to facilitate the dropouts from high school to teach them skills. I mean, the legislation here in Dominica, the Young People's Act, makes provision for the establishment of youth schools. But we don't have it, again, because the government has not placed priority on those sort of strategies. So really, Matt, if we want to deal with crime violence, we have to get to the root cause. And some of the strategies that I have mentioned basically is from a community point of view. Then we have the issue of law enforcement. What role does the police have in fostering young people to put their energy into positive activities? What role does the police have in preventing crimes in Dominica? Is there proper policing in Dominica?
But it appears from what I gather in recent times, there's a lot of disrespect, for the police officers. So people don't even trust the police officers these days.
Well, you see, Matt, the police is just one factor that has to be taken into consideration. And you're right, the police is not highly respected for many reasons. When you have a police hierarchy and the top echelon of the police force tainted by several allegations, whether it's abduction of a foreigner, whether it's facilitation of gangsters, these sort of things. So clearly, the community does not respect the police as they're supposed to. But nonetheless, the police has an important role to play. And the police has to probably do targeted policing, identify the communities which are most vulnerable and do targeted enforcement. And I think that's what the police may have.
And you will agree, Joshua, the police in recent times have tried. Imagine one red bench was moved from one area where people are, and of course the police allege that a lot of drug activities are taking place, and it was returned the very next day. So what message are we sending?
Well, you see, the politicization of the police force has been in the making, and it is culminating to that kind of blatant disrespect. And it is sad that we have arrived at that point. And this basically is a manifestation of the downward spiral motion in the law and order in Dominica. And some of us have not really understood the magnitude of that incident. That incident says it all, where it is alleged that a particular parliamentary representative gave orders to the police commissioner to return the bench in question. And the police basically had to cover and go in accordance not to the rule of law and not in the best interest of Dominica, but in the interest of that particular politician. So when we get to that point, Matt, it almost appears until and unless the head changes, we'll continue to suffer decay in the moral fabric of Dominica.
So do you think a political change, some people are suggesting that a political change in Dominica will make a significant difference?
Well, it's not just a political change, because you can change politicians, and if the office and the practice remains the same, we're not going to get any improvement. We do not just need a political change. We need a change in the human resource base, in the leadership, in the strategies, in the way we think. And the nation itself has a part to play. It's not just the leaders. Each and every one of us must play a part in fighting crimes and violence. Because, for example...
And you're making a very significant point, Joshua. It's not only the politicians, but there are leaders in our society, leaders on all sides of the fence that are remaining quiet. I mean, some do talk, but people who know better just stay quiet and move on.
And that is unfortunate. That is basically participation by acquiescence, because if the community is falling apart and persons who know better and can do better fail to say something in an effort to minimize or deflate the gang violence and gun-related violence, then they are participants themselves. So, Matt, that is significant as far as the observation is concerned. Hence, the reason why I am asserting that for us to make any meaningful change in the social landscape of Dominica, all of us have to take responsibility. Crime is everybody's business. Hence, when the police calls on certain neighbors to form an alliance in providing information, people again are reluctant. Why is that happening?
Because from what I even gather on the weekend there, people are even afraid of giving police information. That is very, very telling.
And Matt, that is where we have gotten. The police, if the police, the leaders have gotten corrupt and it infiltrates in wider society, then we're in trouble. Because again, if people don't respect the police, people are not willing to form alliances with the police, people are fearful of giving or providing statements in respect to what they may have seen or what they have heard, then it is only going to make it more difficult for policing to be successful in minimizing or reducing gun-related violence. Now, some other measures that can be taken, Matt, of course, is through the court system. The magistrates and the judges may have to look at more mediation and restorative justice as opposed to penal action, just putting somebody in the prison. Because some of these guys, they find themselves in trouble, not necessarily because at the court they're evil people. It may be circumstantial. And if some of these guys were to get remedial classes, they can change and be positive in society. So we call that restorative justice, and maybe we need more of that in Dominica. But again, from my experience, the magistrate will tell you we don't have the resources. So when a young man appears before the magistrate for a deviance, the magistrate may want to basically put him on probation, but there's no training school for the magistrate to send him. There's no rehabilitation center. So the magistrate is forced to send him up at stock farm. So those are the realities we have to face, Matt.
Let me just put something to you. Somebody says sending to me at this point. The person says a political change can bring renewed hope, which will motivate the people to do better. Would you agree with that point?
Well, Matt, again, it depends on the change. Just a mere change is not going to, change the pillars in Dominica. We need persons who are serious, persons who love others, persons who understand what it means to be a leader, persons who are prepared to take bold decisions, persons who are prepared to fight the corrupt roots that have entrenched themselves in our society. Because until and unless we get leaders of that nature, it is just going to be maintenance of the status quo. So it's not just a political change. We need a change to bring leaders who are serious about the governance of Dominica, who will put Dominica first. People who will understand that governance is not for self-interest, it's for community interest. As it were when I was a young man growing up. I'm not necessarily promoting the Dominican Freedom Party, but some of the things that we're hearing about governance now, as a young man growing up, those are not the type of things that I was hearing. You had respect, you had order, you had law, you had selflessness, you had community development. Now it's about self-interest, it's about economic opportunities, and people compromise governance and integrity for a penny. And for that to change, it's going to take a lot. And for us to really take Dominica to the next level, we need people in leadership, people who understand that self-interest.
And you're saying this government can't do it?
Well, Matt, the government has people with the capabilities. They are trained personnel, but their priority is not necessarily in the best interest of ordinary people in Dominica. Again, self-interest have pervaded and taken control of the leadership as opposed to community development and national development. So it's not like the government does not have the resource. It's just that this government has gone blind and this government has not had a general, proper economic strategy and vision to develop Dominica.
And you're convinced of that? Yes.
I'm very convinced. I mean, the statistics, the economic data is there to show. The realities in Dominica, we can make excuses and say, well, we were affected by tropical storm Erica and Hurricane Maria, and our GDP was lost by over 200%. Yes, those are realities, but that cannot justify the fact that Dominica continues to be last ranked economically in the Eastern Caribbean. I mean, in the 70s and the 80s, we were far ahead of St. Vincent, St. Lucia, and St. Kitts. Right now, we're lagging significantly economically behind those economies. You know, it's just a stone throw. You know, you take a little ride down to St. Lucia, and it's like night and day when you compare the commercial and economic activities. If you go to Castries now, you're going to see Castries much more buoyant than Roseau. You understand? And that's the reality that we have to face. Now, who must take responsibility for that? The government has to take responsibility for the poor governance and the poor leadership. And the people as a nation have to account for the reality that they keep putting the government that has not worked in their best interest in office over and over.
Somebody suggested that, and I saw it happen during the days of Mr. Edson James. There's a full inquiry needs to be have within our police force. Something is just not right there. Full inquiry.
Well, but who is going to do it, Matt? Who is going to, set up a commission of inquiry to investigate the police? Who's going to do that? Matt, those days when people were being held accountable for wrongdoing almost does not exist anymore. Depending on who you are, depending on your affiliation or your association with the leadership of the country, you don't have to account. We have several examples where persons were accused of transgressions nationally, and to date they have never been taken to task. If anything, some of them were promoted right within the police force itself. When you have a police commissioner who allegedly was involved in a number of transgressions, and in spite of those, not only he has not been held to account for the alleged transgressions, but he has been promoted to the top office in the police force. Now, some people may take this as political. However you take it, the reality does not change. Facts are stubborn. And when we do not do things properly, we cannot get the best results. And that's where we are in Dominica right now. I mean, going back to the crime situation in Dominica, a lot of your callers attribute crimes to economic opportunities or lack thereof. And that also is a reality. When you have young people, they're looking for jobs, they cannot find jobs, or the jobs which are available cannot pay them properly, they prefer to go out there and take the chances to cultivate marijuana and export marijuana, to get involved in cocaine and trafficking and so on. So maybe if this country had more economic opportunities, we would have had less young people involved in gangs and negative activities. You understand? And Matt, I cannot help it, but I must make the point, in as much as we talk about policing and schools and the method of socialization in the wider society, as I said earlier, the family and parental involvement must be emphasized. Every family must take responsibility for the children, and that is where life starts for a child. If you do not take responsibility for your son, why are you blaming the government for failure to discipline your child?
Oh, do you believe, Joshua, somebody, of course, in youth work is suggesting to me that it's going to get much worse before getting any better, given the trend?
Well, Matt, again, that those are just opinions. It may not, but based on the trajectory, it appears that person may be correct. There are times you get a lull. Like last year, I think we only had 9 homicides in Dominica, and relative to our neighbors, we did extremely well. I think we were second to best as far as numbers. Per capita, we did very well. But if that trend were to continue, great. But so far this year, it appears that that's not consistent. Matt, we have a lot of social issues here and economic issues, and we have to address them until such time that commentator may be correct. Things may get worse.
Yeah, definitely. But we have to look for answers at this time, as you said, Joshua. And as I said, it begins with you and it begins with me. We have to find solutions.
Yeah, definitely, Matt. I mean, law enforcement is everybody's business, and it's not just national. It's it's intra-regional. It's international. As you see the Americans coming within our waters in respect to under the name of fighting drug trafficking. Whether that is genuine or not is questionable, but the fact is, it shows that crime fighting has become not only a national issue. You have countries collaborating to fight crimes. You have interagency collaborations. But in all of this, Matt, it's important that we do data collection and analysis. We have to look at this from a scientific point of view. And you have this gentleman, this Dr. Sesha, who always would call your program to talk about crime, violence, and these sort of things. We need more people like him to help us address that situation from a scientific point of view.
Very interesting, Joshua Francis. Thank you very much as we look for more solutions fighting the cycle of crime in Dominica. Thank you, Joshua Francis. Change your attitude.
What is wrong with this world we live in today? I say, so much people going astray on the Broadway.
Somebody says Dominica is going to get much worse before any significant social change will be realized, and very importantly, that cannot be realized under this corrupt and incompetent administration.
Without care and direction. After school alone, at home, in front of the television. It's Sesame Street is the example they must follow. It's a floating mentality going next tomorrow. You see when your train and check about to go, when they get old, they're moving so.
Somebody says the churches must, most of them are very political and they don't want to speak. Fear. They fear in the political administration. So churches, the pressure is coming on your doorstep as well. Corruption breeds chaos. On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes?
Matt, good morning.
Morning to you, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning, Dominica.
Morning,
Matt. Just a while ago, you had Joshua, and one of the things that I don't believe in is restorative justice, right? And especially based on this sort of crime, because you are not going to send back the man into society to terrorize his victims. And you have to see a person who has committed a crime against you every day in your face, in the same community. It is terrorizing, Mark. It is not an easy situation to deal with. Matt, one of the issues we've not dealt with, who can help us get rid of this crime business, are the women, Matt. Matt, with all of those young men involved in the guns, they have a girlfriend who they go home and try to please, and she knows that they have a gun. And she is keeping it a secret, not knowing who the gun is going to be used against. Some years ago, I think it was somewhere in South America, I'm subject to correction, when gun crime was very rampant. And the women and them decided, okay, you want to keep your guns? We are locking our legs. You cannot get between one as long as you have that gun and you've not turned it in. Okay? And within a short space of time.
You think that will happen?
Huh?
You're saying that is a strategy?
Matt, that is one reason. So the women are the ones who we have, because it seems like everything is failed. And those gun-wielding criminals are going home to boast to their girlfriend, whatever they've robbed, they take it to her. She knows that they have a gun. She knows, right? What she doesn't know is who it is going to be used against. And it may turn out to be her brother, her father, somebody related to her. So the young women need to join that fight, because the people committing the crimes are the men, just to impress the women. They're not going into those things just for fun. They want the motorcycle, so they go and commit the crime. They want a car, they go and commit the crime. That is what is happening. And the women know that, and they are benefiting from those crimes. Right? And when they will take the decision and say, look, I do not know who is going to be next. Somebody else, just what you're doing, somebody else may be doing, and gun might be turned against you. So I need you to turn over that gun and turn your life around. The mothers, the sisters, those are the ones, because they know what is happening. The men and them, you will not reach them easy like that. They don't want to hear you. Okay? As long as they have a cigarette in their mouth, a split in their mouth, they're happy. So the women need to take that critical stand.
Well, you're making a good point, but again, I just want to ask a question, because you see, and we have to be real. When these young men come home and bring the gold chains and the what they call it now. I'm trying to get the term, but it's not coming to me at this time. Do you expect these mothers to turn on them?
Matt, we just had a shooting in America.
Yes.
While I have no problem with what happened, who turned him over to the police?
I think the father or something like that, yes.
The father. Matt, when you think, because you never know who the gun is going to turn against. Gun don't kill. You put a gun on the table there, it is never going to kill anybody. Somebody has to pick it up and commit a crime with it. Somebody has to pick it up and shoot somebody. So you never know who that gun is going to be pointed at. And the same thing that you are doing, another young man is doing it. And so your mother might become the victim. Your father might become the victim. Right? So unless everybody decided, look, we know you have that gun, or every family decides, we know you have that gun. You have to find somebody, turn in that gun, or we are going to turn you in. It's not going to happen. You had a situation in Jamaica a few months ago where a young man terrorized a community, and the mother said, I hope they kill him. And when the police dealt with him, he was unidentifiable because she knew who her son was. She was not going to cover up for him and hide for him. And the police killed him like an animal.
Let me make a point that somebody saying on the WhatsApp. Stay on the phone. Magic, can you imagine how frustrated some young business people are this time working with young people who are right now because it's not month end. So people are struggling, and somebody saying, Matt, once it's not month end, Rosso is dead and economic activities are ceased until every month end. While some people are traveling to meet the Pope in Rome and other celebrities in Rome and England, young people are struggling. Do you agree with that point?
Matt, you saw what happened in Nepal?
Mm-hmm.
The young people are too placid, and that is why our leaders can be so corrupt. Rather than trying to build the country, use thousands, hundreds of thousands possibly, to go and see a pope and confess their sins. What sins are they confessing? The corruption? Because the young people have allowed this thing to go unfettered. So our leaders are corrupt and taking advantage of the situation. The young people need to rise up and hold them accountable. If you have to run them across the Rosso River like the finance minister in Nepal.
They would say you're condoning violence.
No, I'm not condoning violence, Mark. If you do me something and I have to retaliate, I cannot consider it violence. I retaliate evenly. So when you have us in subjection, in poverty, in misery, right? It says necessity knows no border. You do what you have to do. Right? Necessity knows no border. So if that is the way you have to get things better in the country, by all means, do it. Because our leaders cannot be living like kings.
Because just as you made reference to Nepal, these people said the government was going to shut down the social the internet and everything else. So they decided no, that cannot happen. So just for that, they decided to put some pressure.
And you know why the government wanted to shut it down, Matt? Mm-hmm. Because the people were exposing their corruption. And that is the way to do it, social media. And they didn't want that going out into the outer world. And so since you want to lock us down, you don't want us to expose you. Well, we will do it a different way. And Dominicans are sitting and expecting their elderly grandparents to fight for them. They are expecting their mother and their father to fight for them. No, the youth need to come out. If you call protests on the street, you see more elderly folks than you see youth. The youths are satisfied with the misery, the complacency, and for the young men, they are satisfied to go and commit the crime.
Well, let me try to explain to you what is going on there in Dominica. Just say if you are now 30, you're young, you're considered young, 18 to 20. These people have only known this government in office. So what else do you expect them to do? That's the only government they know.
Matt,
yes.
Slaves were born into slavery in the Caribbean. And so they only knew slavery, but they rebelled. Okay? They knew it was not the right thing. They rebelled. So you have Prince Class in Antigua, you have all the others, and so Busserman and all those who fought for freedom.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they knew, but they knew it was not the right thing, and so they fought for it. So for those people who sit down and say, oh, all we know is labor, and that is right. No, that's not enough. Because you know, and you hear in the news, you can see that Dominica is lagging way behind every Caribbean country. We have more resources than a lot of them, but we are at the bottom of the line. So the people and them who are saying that the only government they know, those are the same people who are trying to get the next plane to move out. Well, rather than move out, stay there and fight for better. Make it better for your children.
All right, caller. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes.
Listen,
Talk to me.
the young boys drop out of high school. They can talk for Granby. You know what they're going to do as a drop out from high school?
No, I don't think this is this one. This one. Yes. Go ahead.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
There is something I wanted to talk about. There is a word we are using in Dominica, against, and we use that word out of proportion. Because somebody disagree with someone's opinion or someone's way of doing certain things, or they try to criticize constructively or to give a different perspective towards a particular subject or something happening in the country. Another party will think that you are against them. I think it's time I swear our leaders stop using that word against to divide the people. Sometimes most of the times it's not against people, like against what you did or what you are doing or certain policies. They just have a different opinion, and a lot of the times that the different opinion is just to augment your own or to improve certain things. So you see that word against, that is causing a problem in the country. That word against.
Somebody says, Matt, what are you talking about? The young people in Nepal, what are the government they know? Let's be real here. Young people need to rise. Somebody on, of course, Facebook says, Mr. Joseph Isaac, I'm using your own slogan. Skerrit and his entire cabal needs to go. Imagine you're working in Dominica for $250 a week. Annual groceries is $300 a week. How people pronounce or can survive in this society? Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes. Time is limited. Yes, sir.
Are you hearing me? Matt?
I'm here.
You hearing me?
I'm hearing you, sir.
Yeah, the caller before the last caller. Tell him I say, do not spy down the holy herb. Spy down the laugh is so dumb. Is that enough people all have the whole world in corruption? The laugh is so dumb.
So the herb doesn't have anybody in that kind of life, no? Okay, caller, thank you very much. So you say, don't cry down the herb. Hello, talk to me, yes? Are you there?
Young people rise for what, man?
4493095. You should tell them you may know something about that. 1050. Hello, yes.
Matt, let me say something I've said quickly.
Quickly.
To those who choose to use the prowler of influence and misdirected power and carve out of this blessed land the bed of greed and criminality and sow the seeds of corruption. Now that the foreign weeds have encroached and are encroaching, it will not only be individual extinction or or contamination, it will be collective destruction. For now that the priests and pastors becomes corrupt, now the politicians becomes corrupt, now the police becomes corrupt. So those who are charged with the moral, constitutional, legal, environmental, judicial, and political responsibility, what can they say to the common people? Can Satan correct its subordinates? Where the two barrels of guns? And how many of them that are on the streets? Thank you.
See the problem in those that are benefiting from corruption? They are silent and want it to continue because they alone are benefiting. They will say nothing and do nothing. That is just wrong. The country deserves better. That's a WhatsApp message.
If we don't heed and mend our ways, one of these days we gonna set this entire world ablaze. I see in the east and in the west, in the north and in the south. International commerce is rumors of wars and wars all about. I can see the example of our children will follow.
Who will guard the guards in the police force in Dominica? Somebody's asking a question.
You feel when you turn off your low, when the moving so, when you cheat and you bend it wrong, it's like to stand right.
Somebody said some young people died at the hands of Nepal police as a sacrifice. We are not ready for that. So let's wait to see what decisions my fellow youth will make in the next election. Somebody just asked, I suspect I know that caller. He said, what are young people rising for? What are the young people rising for? One of the acolytes of the Labour Party. That's the question he asked. What are the young people are fighting for in Dominica?
What goes around comes
We need a barbecue. Let the young people form a barbecue among their own self and among them.
And to answer your question there just a short while ago, I think you called, is fighting against police corruption and many other social ills, huh? And I'm sure you know a lot about that. On the telephone, hello, talk to me, yes. Yes.
Yes, Mr. Peltier, look upon the fireman touching this. I know he can be shot, but Mr. Peltier, let me ask you a little question, a little bit. Knowing that we born and raised in the river, Mr. Peltier, we don't have no gun factory. Why don't you let us get sent? Ni pastor, ni politician. You think it's really, really true in front of what happened now? We go full up. We don't suffer like before, because we know better. Right now, we dress in jacket and tie. We have all kind of brand clothes. We have all kind of brand things. We international one with the other. You think it's really right, no matter who they be, for man to really taking gun, but no, we have no gun factory, no. And nobody pulling me, no politician, no opposition, no supporter making me.
Well, let me just ask you a question, fireman. You see what is going on in Dominica, fireman. You're old enough to know what's wrong and what's right. Don't you think that something should happen as to why, to deal with some of the social issues, fireman?
No, that's why I said, Mr. Peltier, our problem is not the social issue, no. We the people as the publicans, why, Mr. Peltier?
So how do we make a difference? Hold on. How do we make we talking. How do we make a difference?
Listen a little bit. You see, the greatest prophet that ever passed in our time, he called Marcus Garvey. He said that a nation without a culture is a tribute without a root. And the citizens will survive this. And Mr. Peltier, no matter what, every one of us responsible for our own action, Mr. Peltier. Wrong or right?
No. But I'm saying we have to look for solutions. I'm asking for you to give me some solutions.
But of course, Mr. Peltier, have a solution. I'm not involved in nothing illegal. I don't support nothing valid.
Okay.
I like to see all human beings in a good position. If
Right.
I can help anybody, I'll help them. But I like people are cursed. But you see the problem we have. When you have some people playing bad, they're intelligent, and they're so backward and malicious and bad mind, calling us cursing, calling for malice. Mr. Peltier, that can't be correct.
No, we don't condone violence, but you still have not given me the solution. What is the solution?
No, Mr. Peltier, the solution is the people have to change their attitude.
All right, thank you.
He accepted brass for gold and destroyed his soul. With an evil imagination out of control.
Fireman says he agrees. People have to change their attitude, change their ways.
I see children sexually abused by close relatives.
Dominica does not have a police force. We have a Labour Party force. We put all those who do not support party under strict discipline. They have gotten rid of most of the real police in the force. The few who are remaining have no choice but to remain silent. Let us wait and see how this is going to end up.
Listen to me, change your attitude. Remember, you are from the human race. Hey, change your attitude.
Morning, Mr. Peltier. I hear you discussing the crime this morning. I heard all what you mentioned took place over the weekend. Matt, let me reference what I told you quite a while back. And Blessing said it last week. or 2 weeks ago, once he got back on calling you again. Blessed good morning for your fight and the struggle, always on the front line. Matt, let me say something. Too many people in Dominica sit on the rusty dusty and waiting for God to come and straighten things out, or waiting for some other citizen to come and straighten things out. What Dominican people do is burn people out who want to fight and make a better country for everybody. But some of them don't want to fight. I'm saying in my own mind, I think they would like the country to be better, but they're waiting on somebody else to do the work because they're so petty. Some of them in the greediness and some of them with the pettiness and ignorance don't understand. You keep waiting and do nothing about the crime and violence and the bad governance. Your turn is coming. You see,
but not some charity. We bury deeply under peace like mentality. I see fulfillment of prophecy, which holy men prophesy. Women walking casually today with their bottom.
Somebody says the Prime Minister should free the people. The time is up. One man is getting rich, and we, the poor people, are getting poorer. While one man is getting richer and richer. Again, we want to send, extend our sympathies to those who have lost a loved one. Well, let's do this one there as we go. We'll be back on the very, very same subject. We've been talking crime and violence for the past few days. You notice that?
Yeah, life goes down. Never wanna sing that praise. Never wanna sing that song. Still I can remember.
Somebody's also asking the question, what does the Prime Minister have to do with gun crime? Right now, we need our young people to be involved in clubs and youth groups. They should begin in primary schools and continue through college. I think the organizations I mentioned should visit schools and make it a requirement for students to join Girl Guides, Boy Scouts, cricket clubs, cadet corps. They should be part of their schoolwork or requirement for graduation. This will make a more disciplined and respectful society. Let's continue to talk. The 1 o'clock hour is 11 o'clock now.
Still I can remember every friend say you got to real. Me can't believe me know your family grieve. Them all bereave. Them never get to see the one that's up your sleeve. And the greatness your mind conceive. Jah knows me. Time goes by. Jah knows me. As me lift no voice to the most high. Oh my, Jah knows me.
This labor accolade ask you what are young people rising up for? Asking why are so many ministers and Labour Party government hierarchy of the likes don't want their children to live in Dominica? Why are they exporting their children to wholesale? Why is Dominica not good for their children? Huh? I'm going for until 1 o'clock. We'll continue with the conversation. How do we stop this gun violence that seems to be killing our young people now? We need some solution, or else fill in the blanks.
All roads lead to Marigot for the second annual Rayon Cooler Fest. Dress code all white. November 3rd, 2025. It's all going down to the Last Flight Bar and Grill from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. with entertainment from Dominican's Best. The second annual Rayon Cooler Fest Wild Meat Edition. November 3rd, 2025. Last Flight Bar and Grill in Marigot comes alive. Book that date. Get your all white outfits ready and see you there.
At Flow, loyalty pays back. That's why we're rewarding our customers with $400 in vouchers. That's like 5 months of your mobile bill back in your pocket. Simply add mobile to your current home internet plan and claim your $400 in rewards today. Loyalty pays back. That's how we keep your rhythm flowing.
Match 5. Born in Dominica, made for Dominica. A jackpot game just for you. Match 5 for the people, by the people. Keshoy put tout Dominicain. The wait is over, Dominica. Match 5 is here to bring the excitement home. And so away. Who is ready for the lucky win? Jackpot starts at $10,000. Presented by the Dominica National Lottery.
Boom! Just like that, the jackpot gets bigger. Dominica, the wait is finally over. Match 5 is officially here. Will your 5 numbers be the lucky ones? You can win over $10,000 every Wednesday and Saturday. Don't miss out on a chance to win big every week with the new Match 5. Tickets are available at any DNL agent island-wide.
If you know quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums. Belfast Estate Limited, over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy drink, and of course, Sunblast juices, Toffee snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in Dominica.
There's Smooth. And then there's Guinness Smooth. It's a brand new cool. Incredibly smooth. Perfectly balanced. For a smooth and refreshing taste. How smooth? Well smooth. Guinness Smooth. For a smooth and refreshing taste. New Guinness Smooth. Must be 18 years or older. Drink responsibly. Socialize responsibly.
Locally distributed by Belfast Estate Limited.
During the hurricane season, if you are evacuating, leave early so that you are not stranded by flooded roads, fallen trees, wires, and traffic jams, and make sure you have enough fuel in your vehicle and follow routes and highways. A message from Q95 FM Radio.
Introducing the new Caribbean paint from Do It Center. Turon paint and wall covering from Do It Best quality paint, giving you the same great interior and exterior quality, the same color matching technology at an incredible price. Available in black, satin, and semi-gloss. Visit us on Google Road or call our paint department at 255-6896. Do It Center, your partner in home improvements.
Ooh, oh, oh, PFC. Ooh, oh, PFC. Looking for some place to go. Eagles for soul. Party or PFC. Grab your family and your friends. Join in the experience. KFC, it's the best of peace, made for you and me. KFC, KFC, it's finger licking good.
If you know your favorite store, dial it now. 612-1253. Free. That's Mega Deals. You can rely on Mega for some real deals on name brand clothing and electronics. High quality, low price. We are a wholesale and retail store located in Kalabishi, right on the main road. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram at Mega Deals Dominica. Like our page. Check out our stuff. Call us. Visit us. Would appreciate that. Come try it on. Love it. Buy it at Mega Deals. Your one and only online and brick and mortar store. Mega Deals is also on wheels. We make it convenient for your shopping. We deliver straight to your door. Email us at info@megadealsda.com. Rely on Mega Deals for some real deals.
Bloombox, we now carry and are fully stocked in granola fertilizers. Urea 46%, great for leafy green 15-15-15, great for all vegetables or young fruit trees 20-20-20, best for foliar spray and seedings and small vegetables 12-12-17, great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits 12-24-12, root crop fertilizer like dasheen and white potato 12-4-28, great for tree crops or flowering vegetables and fruits. Red potash for fruit trees and vegetables. All the fertilizers you need are available at Bloombox, located on Federation Drive, Goodwill, second property on the right after the Valley Link Road. Your one-stop shop for everything that grows. Let's bloom together.
Just received Able Farm evaporated milk, delicious and nutritious, rich and creamy. Perfect for all uses. For drinking, for tea, coffee, cocoa, punches, juices, cooking, baking, ice pops, and ice cream, and everything else. Prices start as low as $1.55 per can. Able Farm evaporated milk. Available in 2 varieties, each in 2 sizes of cans. Able Farm evaporated milk. Available wholesale and retail at Esau Trading Limited. That meant nicely, boy. Esau Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
Milky milk, milky milk, milky, milky milk. Milky milk, milky milk. It's in the feeling in our weeks. It's in the meaning in our spot. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are. Give it up like he's bumping. Together going strong. No matter what we keep things going. Before we will go home. It's up in the sky. Celebrate and come let your rhythm flow.
Easy Rock 95.1. More rock, less